Special thanks to my goats, Rainbow and Craze for giving the idea of this video. Today we are going to figure out the BFDS timeline and when each season takes place. By far, everybody knows that the most confusing seasons of Battle for Dog Show is Season 2 and 3. This is solely because they're not finished and they've been constantly retconned over the years. Season 2, 3, and 4 follows the story of crowd, circle, hat, speaker box, and television. And even hat is included in some places. If you have no idea what happened in Season 2 and 3, it's just impossible to figure out what's happening in Season 4. So let's start. In the next BFDS short, it explains the story of Circle and Crowd. First, it starts off on the planet Grid 40,000 years ago. The inhabitants are Square, Triangle, Rectangle, Star, Circle, Pentagon, and Trapezoid. Octagon is digging and finds a green hedgehog-shaped element, and it exerts green energy, giving all the shapes abilities. Keep that in mind, it's green hedgehog-shaped, alluding to Nick the Hedgehog, who appear later in the series. In the morning, Circle wakes everyone up, proposing that everybody splits up upon different planets and dimensions in order to explore and collect information based on what they found. The plan was that in a couple more thousand years, they will all come back and they'll tell their own stories about what they saw on their journeys. But the catch is, everybody but Trapezoid went to other planets. So Trapezoid is left on the planet Grid for thousands of years without knowing what he did wrong. This is why in the BFEB spinoff, Battle to Leave Your Imagination, he is seen as insane. Trapezoid stayed on planet Grid and Circle went to Earth. Circle crashes in Epic City from 40,000 years back. He shows off his powers and the great object, which is when he was originally conceptualized. He was thought of God. But that's not who he is anymore. He's just a ruler that rules Epic City. He sends his soldiers after Circle to capture him. Why did he capture Circle? It was because he was using magic illegally. So the great object begins to use magic to sink Circle into the mountain, which happens to just be Epic Mountain from BFDSA 7. Less than 40,000 years later, in the 1990s, Crowd is hiking because he's a lonely person and Scarf is his only friend. And then he promises to set Circle free by finding another shape. Circle teaches Crowd magic, Crowd becomes powerful enough to destroy his talent out of vengeance, and invites Scarf to rule the world with him. Scarf doesn't want to take over with Crowd, and Crowd kills Scarf out of anger. Recovery centers weren't invented yet, and Scarf didn't have an ID, so he cannot be recovered at all. Crowd is eventually caught by the authorities and is sealed in the mountain rock as well. After television is defeated, he is locked in a room never to be seen again up until BFEB 12. Next up is SDFB/BFDSYA. Episode 1, Not All Heroes Wear Capes. Competition-based. Hat is introduced, and Hat Speaker Box comes back from hosting BFDSA. 24 contestants at first. Heart finds her way out because of Hat Guy, later to be fully revealed in BFEB 8, and begs to join. She becomes the 25th contestant. 3 teams of 8, Heart is excluded because the team that places first in the challenge gets Heart as an extra member. The challenge is to find KP, Pumpkin's team wins the challenge and they get Heart as a member. Leaf's team loses, contestant vote Water is eliminated. Episode 2, The Great Epic City Car Build-Off. The challenge is to build a car, Torch's team loses, Tablet carries Torch's team, their car gets destroyed by Box, the contestant. Contestant vote, Tablet gets eliminated, Tablet crash out. Greatest Game of 2023. Another competition episode. Ball makes a plan to escape. The challenge is to get all 38 rejects out of the LODD, aka the Locker of Dum-Dums. Clay teleports 19 LODD rejects out. Torch's team is safe. Flag uses his great persuasion skills to have Black Hole snap off the lid. Leaf's team is safe. Pumpkin's team is up for elimination. Contestant vote and X is eliminated for stealing the dog show in past seasons. Episode 4. The challenge is to donate Hat Speaker Box some money. Money is turned in. Leaf's team wins. Pumpkin's team is safe. Torch's team is up for elimination. Cheese gets out. Episode 5 is the non-competition and it focuses on Crowd and Circle escaping television's database. We learn Crowd's goal to destroy the Earth and manipulate Circle. Crowd feels slightly bad for his plan to manipulate Circle, but not to destroy Earth. Challenge is to build Hat Speaker Box a farm. Pumpkin's team is up for elimination. Box gets out for being too brutal. Post-credits scene, and we see Nick and Danny closing their vacation and going back to Battle for Dog Show. Episode 6 is retcon because of the upcoming BFDS short, because of the upcoming BFEB short about about Circle's backstory. So we're gonna skip to episode 7, which would be episode 6. Competition episode. Heart wakes up in a dream and meets Circle. Heart snaps back from a dream and shrugs it. Hat and Hat speaker box are teleported across the earth and Circle and Crowd take over. Circle causes chaos, sometimes killing contestants for just the fun of it. The contest is to draw Circle. Torch's team places first, Leaf's team places second, Pumpkin's team is up for elimination, and Cat gets out due to their attitude. Post-credits, Crowd sets the beach on fire as a homage. Because in BFEB 10, either Cheese or Flory mentioned that in SDFB 7, the Sunset Hill Beach was like set on fire. So they specify which episode it has to be, so it has to be episode 7 and not 6. BFDSYA, The Fate of Circle. Non-competition episode. Circle's backstory. Episode dates back 40,000 years. How all the shapes were separated upon different planets. And we do not see the heart shape this episode. Episode 8. Till Cancellation Do Us Part. A non-competition episode. The contestant decides to start retaliating by quitting the show. Circle asks Crowd on what happened and why everyone is quitting. Crowd flips the script on Circle, trapping him back in that abandoned mountain. Epic City Mountain. Crowd legally cancels SDFB, meaning it cannot be continued, so they are forced to start BFEB. Crowd starts hallucinating and we see a glimpse of his origins. Nick comes back to Sunset Hill and finds the hotel. Radio tells Nick that BFDSA has already been finished and they're on season 3. Nick speeds off from Sunset Hill. The cast is completely bored due to the cancellation of the show. Nick and Danny break through the ground, making a dramatic entrance. The newbies have no idea who Nick is. This means that Pizza will likely be away or will die and get recovered later. Crown creates a remote that slowly breaks reality. He starts to hallucinate and he sees the ghost of Scarf. Crowd splits the earth in two. Nick goes to the last resort of using the Chaos Emeralds and Torch volunteers to help. Nick and Torch go super. Heart meanwhile casts a spell to free Circle from the mountain. Big battle between Nick, Torch, and Crown. Heart takes Lego and throws him at Crown, stunning him while Circle overpowers him. Crown begs for mercy and Nick sends him to a different dimension, never to be seen again until later in BFEB. We see the cast 2 weeks later after the incident in the process of recovering and rebuilding. Hat crowns Heart as winner unfairly and Torch holds a grudge. Cheese goes away with his friends to film the epic Cheese show, leaving Olive to use her shape-shifting powers to take over as Cheese. Episode ends, roll credits. Post-credits, Money and Gun make the... Alright. And that is it for SDFB/BFDSYA. Anyways, my final words are that, sorry if the editing's kind of bad and I, like, stutter or, like, sniffle a lot, or I don't sound good. I'm kind of, like, sick right now, and, I just wanted a video to do because my algorithm is doing horrible. There's, like, a lot of stutters in this video, sorry about that. My editing app was being stupid, and I didn't want to keep editing. This is the current analyzed Battle for Dog Show timeline that you guys need to know about. If you're still confused about anything else, talk in the comments. I'll answer questions. Subscribe to Nicky Epic. Should we do a season 5?